Hi, I'm Valentino Balboni, Lamborghini test driver. Thanks for watching Sports Car Magazine.
Valentino Balboni has one of the best jobs that a sports car enthusiast could ever imagine. He's been Lamborghini's test driver for over 30 years. I spoke with him at the Lamborghini factory in Sant'Agata Bolognese, Italy, where he reflected on his time with Lamborghini and gave me a guided tour of the museum.
Okay, so this is one of the very first Lamborghini 350 built here at our company. And a few years ago we bought this car back from our customer because we wanted to start to have our own museum. So this car has been bought, completely rebuilt everywhere, suspension, engine, interior, and is one of very few pieces left.
What do you think about when you drive this car, knowing it was the first Lamborghini?
Well, this is really a pleasure, remembering old times when everything was much easier, probably probably more pleasant. And you know, it remembers old times, the real taste of Lamborghini.
No fuel injection?
No, not so sophisticated mechanics, electronics or whatever. This is very simple, carbureted engine, easy maintenance, powerful, but of course, with different characteristics.
Do you feel this car gives you more feedback because it's so bare, or do you feel like the Diablo gives you more feedback?
Well, they are two different mentality and two different personality and character. Of course, if you consider 30 years ago when we started producing this car, pollution was not a problem, noise was not a problem, safety was not a problem. Today, every car manufacturer needs to take care of so many different and difficult things, quite expensive. You need to have clean exhaust, clean air, you need to have pollution within very low limits. So you need electronic helping you doing this kind of things, which of course is much more easy to do with electronic controls, devices and so on. But the pleasure of driving a car today, let's say, is it is nice, it's still very nice, but the old-fashioned cars always give some different feelings.
This was the car that really made a mid-engine car acceptable for a road-going car, is that correct?
Right, yes. This is the very first car who came out with mid-engine, altogether gearbox, engine differential altogether in one block.
Beautiful design, breathtaking. And it's your personal favorite. That's correct?
This is my first love, and you never forget first love. Well, the other cars in the museum are practically the last LF build, which is the chassis number 301. One of our Espada prototype that we drove, we used testing and so on. Ayarama S, which is a 4-liter engine. One of the 44 Silhouette ever built. And this yellow one is the last Yalpa built on the production line. It's the car number 419.
How about the racing cars?
Well, the racing cars are the models equipped with Lamborghini engine and gearbox developed by our Formula One section here in Modena on 90, 88, 90, 91 and so on. They are all models Minardi, Larousse, Lotus, and we have also the only existing Lambo One built by Mauro Forghieri in, I think, 91.
Now you're used to test driving the sports cars. When the LM002 came out, what did you think of that one? Is that one that you actually drove and helped to produce?
LM was a beautiful experience to develop that car because it was for Lamborghini the first experience we had. And it was nice, different experience, different development, and it gave us a lot of pleasure, especially when we tested the car on the sand, over 120 miles per hour on sand, makes some strange feelings.
What sort of customer would buy the LM002?
Well, originally, let's say the LM project started for a military use to patrol, for custom patrolling and so on in Arabian countries. And after, since the war came, they decided to cancel every contract with the company. And at that time, Lamborghini decided to have the car in production to save some money, to have some money back from the big investment we did for military use.
So now we move to what's probably perhaps the most recognizable Lamborghini. This is the one that you find in America, at least. This is the one in all the calendars. Yeah. This is the one that little boys put the posters up on their wall of. And Countach in Italian is an expression, is that correct?
Countach in Italian is a dialect expression of, I would say, a wonder, something that you never saw, something astonishing. And it is not a dialect word coming exactly from this area. Countach means, as I told, expression of wonder, but coming from Piemonte area, where Torino, where Bertone is based. And Bertone was the designer of this car, especially Marcello Gandini. And when they designed this car, I remember the story of one of our engineers who went to see the prototype, which was a model 1-to-1 in Hood. And when the man opened the door, our engineer saw the car and he heard the other man from Torino saying Countach, with this kind of thing. And our engineer Stanzani asked, what does it mean, Countach? What did you say? And he said, okay, Countach for us is like the expression of something which is outstanding. And since that time they decided to name this car Countach as an expression of something special, something coming from another world, which could be an unidentified flying object, probably. So how was the drive in this Countach Evolution, or any model of Countach? Let's say that when I was testing and developing this car, I thought we will never be able to have a better car to drive on the road, because it was safe, fast, handling. Well, it took us a long time before to develop and find a good compromise between everything. Between handling, suspension, braking, and power. Is that to say you enjoyed driving this more than the Diablo, or is it just... Well, let's say Diablo being more performing car was more fun, of course. And then probably it was easier to develop the car because we had already a long experience on this car. This car gave us a lot of experience, which helped a lot on developing the Diablo. You're saying you're driving less and less here, and you're passing the reins on to someone you're training. Looking back on the 31 years you've been with Lamborghini, how do you feel now since we're past the time of Ferruccio Lamborghini? Well, I think sometimes I'm happy, sometimes I regret to get old. But I still have a lot of pleasure doing what I usually do every day. I am a strange man, I have a special character and a special love for my work and for my car, for our cars, you know. I trust very much on what we did a long time ago. Today everything is changing, everything will change in the next future. And I am very happy to be here in between the old and ready to approach the new.
You are far too pretty for my own good. You are far too pretty for my own good. Far too pretty for my own good. You're far too pretty for my own good. You're far too pretty for my own good. You are far too pretty for my own good. I could watch you do a crossword and not get bored. The guitars you hear are the story of my world. You got all of the anxiety but none of the shame. You got Google and know everything but it's still so lame. Eat your hair, your eyes, and your shape and your size. I'm tired of the lies and lies, lies, lies. Far too pretty for my own good. Far too pretty for my own good. Far too pretty for my own good. You are far too pretty for my own good. Far too pretty for my own good. Far too pretty for my own good. Far too